thought it was time to make a kind of video, an overview of my last 15 albums as a singer-songwriter. So, yes, okay, there is also a 16th album that I am planning to do. Yeah, so more information I will post later about that. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So let's say let us start with the last album. Yes, this is just released. Yeah. So this is a kind of deluxe box, if you will. I have made already a video out of it. Yeah, that's the album. Yeah, this is the case. Yes. Yes. So that's the art photo of the album, the front art cover, DMT. Yeah. Hey. So, but let's go back to 2019. Yes. A week. It will take a long video, but I want to make it very short. So, A Quest for Freedom. Yeah. So was the first back in 2019. You know. Always making instrumental music. Yes, dance music, orchestral music, classical, you know, or electronic music. So after 4 years or so, I thought to go in a new direction. You know, I always wanted to be a singer, a songwriter, and back then my name was written in that way, is DUVACH. Of course now it's written in this way. Yeah. So I changed it. It's the last two letters. Yeah. So it's DUVACH. Yeah. It's the same way being spoken out, but it was different written. Yes, back then. Yeah. So now, in the last 2 years also is I have changed it into this, but it's still the same way how you speak it out. A Quest for Freedom. Yes, my I cannot say how much the album it is. You know, it's my first album as a singer-songwriter. Yeah, but before that I created maybe 50 albums or so. Yes, since 2014 until 2019, 18. Yes, maybe I made 50 albums or so. So I don't know how much this one is, but it's my first album as a singer-songwriter. Started from 2019. Okay. Yes. Anyway, so but I know it's kind of yeah. Also like in an orchestral way, except for some electronic elements also in it. Yeah. And yeah. So, but after this album I wanted to continue as a singer-songwriter. Yes, instead of going back to make instrumental music again. Yeah. So shortly after this was released, yes, 2019. Okay, I made then the second album as a singer-songwriter, Final Destiny. Yes. And here I had changed the name, the last two letters. Yeah. Okay. So DUVACH. Yeah. it's my artist name. Okay, so the backside. Yes, and I think I had also on this album, you know, 2 songs that were in a kind of dance way, yeah. But all the rest is orchestral, classical, or also kind of electronic in style, or combine it with the orchestral with the um, electronic elements. Yeah. So okay, this is the second album. Yeah, as a singer-songwriter. I had new ideas and so on, and inspirations. And then the third album came, The Idealists. If you can see it, because yeah, The Idealist. Yeah. So that's my third album as a singer-songwriter. The Idealist is an album that the title is inspired by a test that I did years before. A personality test, you know, and came out to be the idealist. Yeah. So I came out to be the idealist. You know, you can find it out what it means, the personality of it, but it's accurate. It's you know, 100% true that it's synchronizes with me. Yeah. Okay, then after that, you know, I must say that I am there are a few songs that are very satisfied. Still, am satisfied about it on this album also. You know, and I don't want to say that the album is perfect or so, but there are a few songs that are very still today very satisfied about it, and I don't want to change anything about it. Yeah, some songs could be better. Yeah, but back then it was you know, fine. On this album the same thing. A few songs that are like It's a Mystery, for example. It's a very, you know, still today I like that song very much. So there are a few songs that are you know, that today, you know, that when I listened back to it, that could be better. Yeah, but a few songs that are, you know, I don't want to change anything about it. You know, just for me perfect. Yeah, enough. Yeah. So after that, The Idealist, the third album as a singer-songwriter, I wanted to continue, of course, to write songs and to continue making albums as a singer-songwriter. Dream Catchers and Talisman. Yes, and also a few songs that are very good. A few songs that, of course, I don't wish if I could choose or going back, you know, that I don't want to put it on the album. Yes, it's same for this album. Yeah, that a few songs that if I could put the album together, a few songs that I want to put out of the album. But there are a few songs very well, like The Last of Us, still today, very, you know, very good. Yeah, and an example for the next album that I going to do, my 16th album as a singer-songwriter. So The Last of Us is a kind of example of the direction that I want to go, or one of the examples. Yes. Yeah, I think it was my first album that I said is my best album, Dreamcatchers and the Talisman. In general, yeah, but still there are a few songs that you know, could be better. Yeah. Then after that, I wanted to go more in shortly after that, you know, because like I said, I don't recall. I think the time frame, it was 2019. Yes, and this was just at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, also 2020, 2020, I think also 2020, this one. Yes, Love in Paradise. So I wanted to take a little bit different approach. Yes, the style of the music, and I wanted to go a little bit more in a romantic way, and I must say, in a musical way, in a kind of way. Yeah, still also again the same story. A few songs that could be better. Other songs are very nice, like Juliet and her Romeo, for example. You know, and some others are very, very, very good. And I must say, yes, about the topics that I write about. Yes, personal songs, of course, and of course what's going on this world. Yes, and of course also spiritually, yeah. But this was more kind of romantic, in a romantic way. This album, still very satisfied about this album as well, yeah. After that album, because everything was done in short after each other, yeah. 2019, 2000. Recorded 2019 but released in 2020, I believe, in the beginning of that year. 2020, 2020, 2020, and now just so one as a singer-songwriter, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th album then, but it's not a double album, it's a kind of deluxe edition, and then you have the actual album. Yes, I don't want to give you an overview of the deluxe edition, yeah, just with some extras on it, but I want to talk about the actual albums. Yes, the Phoenix and the Fireflies, yeah. I wanted to go on this album, yeah. I wanted to go more in an orchestral way. Yes, and you have Lifetimes on it, is also one of my favorites, yeah, and some other songs. And there is this was the second time that I could say this is my best album, yeah. Back then, yes. And My Last Stand, also an example where I will want to go on the 16th album, because I want to go back to the orchestral music, yes. So it's not a sequel on the DUVACH and the Philharmonic, you know, it's nothing to do with that, the 16th album. I just want to return to the classical music again, yeah. So, but a very nice album, yes, very satisfied about it, yes. Then after that I wanted to go a little bit more in electronic way again. Also, it's not a double album, it's a kind of deluxe edition, this one, yes. And this is the actual album, yeah. The Declaration of the Apocalypse. I must say, one of my favorite album art covers, you know. You know, that's for sure. Also a few songs that I like very much as well, yeah. Yeah, so here I did go a little bit back to the kind of electronic music, but combined it also with orchestral, with classical music, yes. So, oh yeah, so this was let me see, this was the last one from 2020. This one was started to record in 2020, the end of that year, and still continue with recordings in the beginning of 2021. Yes, so it was released, if I'm not mistaken, in March or April. Yeah. So my 6th album, yes, Then the seventh album, I think this was in, because this was very short after each other recorded, yes. My seventh album here, and I don't know, I can recall it when it was released. I think April, I believe. You know, it's difficult to recall, but it was in the beginning of 2021. Yes, these two albums were released. Yeah. The next one, I want the eighth album. Yes, it's my eighth album as a singer-songwriter. I wanted to make a sequel on DUVACH and the Philharmonic. Yes, SOS and the Final Legacy. Okay, it has this album. Yeah, I don't know. You have a few songs good, very good, but I think this album is kind of a little bit less than this one. Honestly being said, you know, I think I push it a little bit myself on this one. I don't know to get it done or whatever, but yeah, a few songs are very good, very nice on it, but not that much. Yeah. So shortly after that, I wanted to, let's say, to make another sequel. Yeah, a very short album. So DUVACH and the Philharmonic. Yes, for love and harmony with a brand new, for love and harmony with a brand new world. I wanted to have only 5 songs. Yes, the first song, you know, if I could erase that song, I would do it. Yeah, but the other songs are very nice. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a kind of mini album in a kind of way, but still, my 9th album, yes, as a singer-songwriter. Then we continue. Okay, so this one is from 2022, yes. Also recorded in almost at the end of 2021. So it's my 10th album as a singer-songwriter and released in 2022. It has also kind of, let's say, this is the actual album. Yes, this is the full marathon recordings with a live version in a kind of way of the album, alternative version, but in a live way. Yeah, and this is then the let's say the official album, Cause and Effect, Shaman Fu. Yes. So this has taken, I think, one of the albums that has taken a long time to make. Yeah, because it was you know, a big project. Yeah, as you can see. Yes. So yeah, in general, I'm very satisfied about the album. Yeah, and yeah, very nice. Yes. Also combine it with electronic elements, orchestral, classical with electronic elements. Yes. And then I think it was the period of April, May, I believe. Yes, when that album was released, and then last year, and then I wanted to go in another direction. Yes. I still wanted to continue as a singer-songwriter, but I wanted to go in another direction. And I thought, okay, let's leave the orchestral classical music behind, and we go in another direction. Let's make rock music, pop music, dance music, dubstep, you name it. And For the People by the People is the album title. Yes. I wanted to go more in a positive way than I did on the last album. Yeah, before that. Yes. So that's my 11th album as a singer-songwriter. And if you look, it has also. It's not a deluxe edition. It's just an album, another album case. Yes, a double one. Yeah, with a little bit more photos in it. So in that way, kind of, yeah, more expanded version, as it comes on the art photos. But anyway, yes. So here you have. It's one, it's a very wonderful album. I can also say that this is one of my best albums. Yeah, that's for sure. That is without doubt. And also for the first time, some of my family members are in it, in the backing vocals. Yes, but still, yeah, it's a very nice album. Very satisfied about it. Also the first time that I made music videos for an album. Yes. Yeah. And this, like I said, it was kind of around the summertime. Released last year this album. Then the next one, my 12th album, As Above So Below, and the Inspirations for Humanity. I want to continue it on the journey like I did on this album. Yeah. Yeah, wonderful album as well. Yes, and very good songs on it also. Yes, yeah. Also music videos I have made for that album. Yes, just amazing, amazing album as well. Yeah. Then after that, also last year, yeah, my 13th album, yeah, Charisma. Yes, also back then I said also that it's my next best album. Yes, Charisma. Very satisfied about it. Yeah. So a colorful album. I'm very satisfied about it. It's just an amazing album as well. Yeah. And yeah, there are the videos are out there. Yeah. So my channel, you can see the let's say where I show you the album art covers and so on the moment when the album was released. Yes, so you can explore my channel. Yeah, if you want to find out, because otherwise it will take a long time if I give you in detail about every album here. Yeah. Anyway, it's my 13th album, Charisma. After that, my 14th album, Dressed in Black and Gold. So 20 songs was the first time that of this kind of album that I did. 20 songs. Yeah. So yeah, it's a huge album. Yes, and yeah, in general, not for saying it's my best album, but there are very good songs on it. That's one thing that is for sure. Yeah. So after that, I thought to create one more album, as you have seen in the beginning of the video. Yeah, my last album here, DMT. Yeah. Yeah, also it's an album that I'm the most satisfied. I must say my most coolest album that I've ever done is this one, DMT. Yeah, also 20 songs, but it's a double album. This one is on one disc, 20 songs on this album. Disc 1 has 10 songs, disc 2 has 10 songs. The reason why it came out in this way, because first I had intended to have only 10 songs. Yeah, to make 10 songs, but after that album was finished, I wanted to continue to expand the album. So I thought, okay, let's make a second disc also with 10 songs. Yeah. So it became a double album. Yeah. Totally 20 songs. And this album is the first album, actual album. Yeah. That will be on a vinyl record. So when I have it, I will make a video out of it. Yeah. But it's not the first time that I put my music on a vinyl record. 2 years ago, I selected some of the songs of my albums here. Yes, from 2 years back. Yeah, I think 2 years back to select some of the songs to put on a vinyl record, on a 10-inch vinyl record. But now, you know, I thought, okay, this album deserves to be on vinyl records, and that will be also on the 16th album. Yeah, will be also on a vinyl record as well. So okay, this was it. Yes, about the tour overview of my 15 albums as a singer-songwriter from, let's say, the last 3 years. Anyway, so I will keep updates of my upcoming 16th album, going back to the orchestral classical music.